Hey guys, Weep here. Today we're going to be doing a level 1 leveling guide on World of Dragon Nest. Before we begin talking about the leveling, I made a gold guide which works in conjunction with this and teaches you how to get gold from about level 1 to level 25. So I do suggest checking that out before you continue with this video. You can click it up here on the left, or you can check in the description below where it will be located. Okay, welcome back. So, now you should have a pretty decent idea on how to collect gold early in the game. So now let's talk about the XP aspect of the game. So when you were grinding with a party of 4, your XP should have been fine leveling, and you should be able to reach about level 15 to 17 without too many issues. With the initial gold that you got earlier, you should be able to hit about level 20 without too many issues, because of the leveling is pretty simple at the beginning. However, what will happen is you will start hitting CP walls and XP walls, which this guide will help you get over. So first off, let's talk about your XP. So there are two main ways to boost your XP. Excluding the buff over here, the first way you can do it is by accessing your spa. So if you open up this interface here, which I believe opens roughly at level 10, you can see that the spa is here. It'll tell you today's spa effect plus the bath bomb in effect. So if you basically go into the spa in here and sit in the spa, it'll give you XP. I believe at level 5 it gives you 100% bonus mob XP for 2 hours. It's good XP, although it is a little bit annoying to come back and get it consistently. But it is nice XP, and this game revolves more around XP than it does necessarily about your CP. So if you look at your dungeons and go into here, you'll notice that there's both an entry level and a recommended CP. The level requirement is all you need to reach. So for example, getting to 25 is a little bit tough, or getting that extra level to get to 28 to get into Kim Nest Hell is pretty rough. So we're going to use the spa effect, and we're also going to use the effect of the pet to help us reach that XP cap so we can get into the next dungeon. By getting into later dungeons faster, you're able to sell loot, make much more gold, and accelerate through the game. So what you're able to do is go into pets, and you'll find that there's a store, and you'll find a corki that you're able to buy. So I won't talk too much about pets, but basically the first pet they start with is a cat, and it gives you increased gold from monsters. Gold, okay, we got plenty of it, assuming you followed the other guide. The corki, however, gives you XP. So as you can see here, it's only 12% XP from mobs, and the spa already gives you 100%. So you're probably thinking, well, it's not very good, so I don't really need it. It's worth 120 diamonds, so I don't really want to spend that. However, if you go into grow and you go to the corki, my white corki, which is the lowest level corki that you can get, at level 14, gives me a whopping 51% XP from monsters. And if you breed corkis to get the later corki, its actual XP is actually significantly higher again. I believe at a pretty high level, you could probably get more than 100% XP from monsters, just from your dog. But that's more later on down the track. At first, you just want to get a corki and then start feeding it things from crafting, and then it'll increase its XP, which will help you reach those level caps to get into content a lot faster. So combine the spa and the corki, you'll be getting a lot faster XP than most other people. Be sure to check out events too, because sometimes in the event there is like the Celebrating New Wish tree, which will give you extra XP as well. Okay, so you should be about level 15 before you run into any issues. Let's have a look at a couple other things that can help you while leveling up. So there are a couple of things that you really need to keep track of. When leveling up, you will unlock a lot of stuff, so it will be really confusing at first. First off, you will have dailies. You'll go in here and you'll see dailies. I wouldn't overly worry about these until you reach until you reach episode 2. Once you reach episode 2, then you can start doing them. And episode 2 is the area you want to start farming. Now, the reason that you want to farm mobs here instead of anywhere else is because it starts giving you at the next zone, which I believe is the North Hill. So it starts giving you apocalypse tickets. So you need tickets to to enter bosses, and you get a lot of server response initially. So you want to try to grind as fast as you can, doing all the gold and everything else, and getting up to this point. When you get to this point, this is when you want to start doing your dailies on this area. So when you're doing your dailies and getting all your rewards and partying up with other people, you're going to be getting your Apocalypse tickets. And you need quite a lot of these to farm Apocalypse to get all the way up to Kim. And I use somewhere between 50 to 100 tickets each time going towards Kim, so you do need quite a few of them. You can also get other items, which is pretty neat as well. So don't really grind before you get to Minor Ridge if you can help it. Okay, so a couple of other things that you can be looking at is your missions. So these are your battle missions. I haven't really done a lot on this particular account, but on my other character, I did these a lot. So as you can see, it says like use roll skill 10 times. And it'll say other basic things like use rise skill. The majority of the time, these will be like change rolls, roll and attack. Basically, just read what it does and just spam it. Like if it says, for example, change skills, you can stand here and just change skills again and again and again instantly and complete it instantly. And as you might have noticed, there's actually stats that you get. And a lot of the ones I got previously were just a lot of rolling. So I just rolled around to every quest and completed it. It's a little bit annoying because it's something you have to do consistently. However, the stats really add up, so it's definitely worth focusing on these. Generally, the counter attack skill training, the rise skill training and stuff like that, a lot of these will get completed in PvP because you're clicking that button a lot. So something else to keep an eye out for when you're leveling on day 1 specifically would be your daily missions. So you'll see in here that you get some pretty decent rewards from daily missions, but what most people don't notice is the bar underneath. This bar here gives you a lot of rewards. This will give you 50,000 gold. I believe this gives you 20 red diamonds, I want to say. And you get a chest that gives you a gear equivalent to your level. And who knows, you may get a weapon or something good that you can sell. So it is a very good idea to keep an eye on this. Another thing to keep an eye on when leveling is your guild. So when you access a guild, make sure that you go to your guild missions and make sure you do your absolute best to complete these. Because these bags and all this stuff in here are very valuable. Because the bags not only give you gold and other items, but you get rewards that you're using on the guild shop to buy really helpful things like the Dragon Jade Evolution Stones, which are very, very important. Another issue that you may be running into when leveling up is potions. You're probably asking yourself, well, I don't have a lot of potions and I can't really proceed. The game kind of does mess you up a little bit here if you don't do it correctly. So there are a couple of ways that you can do this. You can either go to a zone and open up the zone and go to another map, for example. Click here, look at a map, and hit resource information. And it'll tell you where things are. For example, blue raspberry seeds, and click it and it'll tell you exactly where it is. So you can do this, or you can collect these ones right here. And you can collect these, or you can buy these off the merchant standing right here. The seeds that you're looking for at the beginning of the game would be recovery herb seeds. So you go over to your farm, put your recovery herb seeds in, and voila. And it'll be done in about 12 minutes. Now, the reason I'm telling you to do that is because I won't go too much into it right now, but you go into the cooking tab and you use these to recovery herb juices times 20. And you're going to be making a lot of these. Not only that, and it'll heal you, but it'll also level you up. As you get a little bit further, I would recommend just making these items here to try to level up to the point where you do blue raspberry juices. As soon as you do this, again, go back to the map, find the raspberry seeds, grab them, plant them, and same concept. This is how you're going to get potions in the game. A lot of people don't understand this and they run out of potions and hit a big major wall. Okay, so one other really important thing is your dungeons. So some people look at the rewards and think meh and don't do them, which is a mistake. Something I did personally. So when you unlock your dungeons, I believe at roughly level 11 you have the Abyss and the Special Dungeon. The Abyss gives you skill points, and some people think, well, I'll do them later or do them another day, whatever else, but these are actually daily. So you need to make sure to complete all of these when you unlock them. Even if you have to lower the difficulty down to get slightly less rewards, definitely have to do these every single day. The Special Dungeon, again, gives you the gold and XP, so make sure you do these as soon as possible. One other thing I would like to point out is that when you go into your inventory, this is something a lot of people miss, but when you're doing a lot of different things like fishing, sailing, opening guild bags, and various other things, you're going to get items in your inventory that say something along the lines of, looks like I don't have any, but basically they'll be like crazy coins, or items that say, this could be sold to a shop. If it says anything along the lines of sell to a shop, just click it and go sell, and instead of getting a low amount like this, you'll get a lot of gold. A lot of people are walking around with probably like 100,000 plus gold in their inventory, begging other people to tell them how to make gold when it's just sitting there in the inventory. So make sure that you check your inventory consistently for items that sell. You're looking for bottles, nets, and most of all, crazy coins of different colors. Okay, that covers just about everything for the day 1 leveling guide. If you follow all these tips in conjunction with the gold leveling guide from earlier, you should be hitting 20 to 25 without too many issues. Obviously, if you want gear, you're just basically going to go through the dungeons. And as I mentioned before, the tickets that you're going to be farming is the apocalypse tickets, because you really need to get this gear to get into the next section. As you can see here, I have a lot of apocalypse tickets. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.